We are live. It is 2:35 Central Standard Time in the United States, 8:35 GMT BST. God damn it.
GMT BST. It's actually 36 here by my clock, but
yeah, 36.
It's
2:30. It's 2:36 in the United States and then 8:36 BST in the UK. It's the Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe.
Hey,
coming to you live Saturday. That's right, folks. It's Saturday, 28th of June. We decided to go out. We mentioned this last time. We were going on. I think I even said on the podcast. I think I said 27th. I wasn't looking at the calendar, right? Anyway, I probably said 27th because I don't look at calendars well.
Millions of fans will like staying by YouTube on Friday night.
And at the end of the day, probably because we're off on a Saturday, I'd mess up the intro and do the BST GMT thing. Well, it's weird because in the US, the name of the time zone doesn't change.
Yeah.
But I forget the UK is in one time zone. Right. So in the United States, it's Central Standard Time, whether it's summertime, clocks forward, clocks back. We don't say Central Summer Time or whatever. Actually, it's funny, which would be, yeah. So it's hard for an American to kind of keep that straight, right? So I when you say that, I got it. So yeah, he's got is that a Pixel cup?
It is actually, yeah. I was just responding to Jimmy.
Yeah. Is he hydrating? Well, yeah, I got my drink.
That's nice, mate.
I've had this for, I don't even remember where I got this damn thing. I've had it for a long time. It's old. So anyway, we decided to, Greenwich Mean Time and then British Summertime. The name of the time changes when you're in summertime. It's British Summertime. Instead of just saying GMT Summertime or whatever. It's fine. It's a little confusing, so I always mess that up. At least once in a while I mess it up. So we're on a Saturday because I will not be available tomorrow. And we figured we didn't want to just leave nobody without a show. Although we probably could pull off no show because who cares? It's not like we're exactly the way for a podcast or Joe Rogan or anything like that.
That's what happened, Sam. Did we both forget?
Yeah. So, I didn't forget we were doing the show necessarily. I did. I was like, Becky's like, are you still doing your podcast today? I was like, oh, that's right. We were supposed to do it on Saturday. So that's what we're doing. We realized that even though we mentioned it on the show last week, we realized that Saturdays for a lot of people is, especially in the afternoon, people are doing stuff, or working. A lot of people work on Saturdays and stuff like that for the people that probably follow. So we probably won't have a lot of people on the live chat today. But we got Jimmy. Jimmy decided to pull in and have a
ever present VIP.
Absolutely, one of our favorite folks in the world. We love Jimmy. He's a good dude, and he likes the show. And also too, at some point we were going to have a guest, but it just didn't happen. And then so Joe was at the pub just a minute ago. We forgot. Yeah. I mean, it was one of those things. We're so used to having a Sunday when it's Saturday, we're just not really it's not really on our minds as far as, hey, we got to be.
This is what happened, right? I went to the pub after work and had 2 pints of Corona. It was meant to be for one, but it ended up being two. That's standard. And I'm on the way home, and Sam goes, "We're going on tonight." I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Let me have some dinner quickly."
Well, the funny thing is, what did your mate say at the pub? He's like, "Man, fuck that podcast. Stay here."
Yeah, because I was like to another guy. No, this is another guy who lives local to me. I was like, "Oh, I've just been to the pub. Do you fancy meeting up?" And he goes, "Yeah, come round, whenever." And then not long later, I'm like, "Oh no, sorry, I've got my podcast. I forgot we moved it." And he's like, "Yeah, fuck the podcast."
Right. And I would have for a pub visit, I probably would have said fuck the podcast.
Yeah. Well, it's actually at his house. He doesn't have to move. That's why he's up for it.
Oh well, sure. Whatever. Okay, so cool. So anyway, so we decided we moved it to Saturday just because we're not going to be available Sunday. I didn't want to have a gap in shows. So there we go. I guess the only thing that really happened in the last 6 days is I see Unihertz the Titan 2 is being crowded. Yeah.
You know what? I've emailed him. Total long shot. Got zero chance, but I've emailed him and said, "Can I get a review unit in, please?" I bet they ignore me. But
well, they might.
Score.
Right. Well, I was going to say, I think it's a tribute to Wayne Gretzky, right? You never make 100%. You never make 100% of the shots you don't take. Like if you don't take the shot, I mean, worst case scenario, you put it out there, never respond. But hey, that's okay. I would love. I actually, and then I did see which was kind of cool because I remember the regular Unihertz devices like the Titan, the One, and the Jelly, and the other device. Yeah, the other devices they had, they weren't certified on AT&T. So I was just like, well, I'm not even going to try because, it's one of those things where, I can't get it to work. And it's funny is, they actually even made a comment about AT&T, the fact that they weren't going to get certification.
Should we check how much it is on Kickstarter now? How much is it?
Yeah, so I'm going to pull up. Well, I saw a note that they said that they are actually applying for AT&T certs, and they may have AT&T certification. If they do, I'm totally picking one of these up. 100% going to pick one up.
Look, it's a chunky boy, right? It is.
It's a little on the fat side. So let me go ahead and share the screen.
It's rather charming. I like the look of it. I actually, the little screen on the back looks nice.
Now I kind of realize the screen in the back's probably a gimmicky thing. I get that.
Yeah, but I like that. I like it.
But why not have it, right? Why give them crap? So here we are. So we're on the Kickstarter. So wait a minute. Let's go back. Where'd it go? Oh, Can I go back on this? Let's get rid of this.
What you done, Sam?
I know. I was hoping that they had.
We're now seeing everything that Unihertz do for the people that are listening.
Oh, here we go. I'm trying to get Unihertz. There we go. Unihertz. Put a back and forward button. All right. So here we go. We are currently at 1.1 million of the $100,000 goal. So they're clearly have the.
That's always the case.
4,000 backers, 25 days. So I haven't backed it yet. But
how much is it? That's
so right now, I think the early bird. I looked it up. So there's a press kit. So did you click on this and do the press kit? You should do the press kit.
Oh, I didn't even look.
Go to their website. So so let's go back to project. Let's see what we got. Okay, so Hong Kong, assuming this is dollars, which is weird because Hong Kong was under the control of the British until 1999, and then it's under the control now of the Chinese, which don't use dollars either. Okay, cool. Whatever. So United States, because that's me. So let's see what we got. So you can back this. So right now there are you can do this is the current price, $271. So you get I think there's a couples package where you get 2, or you get 3, or you get 5, or if you get a wholesale package, so you get, I guess assuming if you're buying it for a company, right? This will be it. You get 10 Titan 2s.
Which, to be fair, this phone looks like it would be very suitable for.
This would be a phone that you could probably use for a company. But me, that is me. So the early bird clearly is gone, right? That's all. They only had 500 slots. That was when you can get it for $229. That's gone. 100 available, 100 backers. They popped that out. The other early bird was $249, and they bopped that out at 500 units. So those are what. So if you still want to get in on this, you can. And you would basically come to the website. You go here. You pledge the Hong Kong $2,100. And then you go here, and it's about $281, and then you continue your payment. And then this is where you start from here. You got to create your account on Kickstarter. But I did, like I said, this is what caught my attention. I usually just kind of ignore this.
Do they give specifications? I've not actually looked at the specifications. I just really like the look of it.
Let's see if I can go to the Titan 2. Okay, so
this is us really geeking.
Oh, this is under the Kickstarter. So I got to go to the actual company website. So give me 1 second. We go back.
Like this, literally geeking out big time now, isn't it?
Well, let's see. I don't know. Let's see. Home. Jelly Max collections, blog, support business. I don't see it here, and they don't list it. So, I think also too with the Kickstarter, I'm pretty sure you get the device. But let's take a look here. Oh wait, whoa! I just saw something. Titan 2. Okay, so you got a 5G Android 15. You got a 4.5. So I think it's 1440 by 1440. It's a perfect.
Only
square.
2 years of support, though, isn't there?
Yeah, but who gives a fucking shit?
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? Right? 50-50.
I only want it for 3 months.
Right. 50-50 milliamp per programmable keys. Yeah, 50 megapixel, 32 megapixel dual SIM. Oh, it's a dual SIM device. So for folks that like to leverage the dual SIM, there you go. It's 5G. That's cool. You get the QWERTY keyboard, and I did see that it was capacitive, so you can swipe and stuff. And this is the game changing part right here. This part right here, customizable keys, dude. When I had that BlackBerry, that was so good because you could keep map like Snapchat, your Instagram, your messages, whatever apps you're using, you can do a regular a shift S or whatever, and just launches right away. You didn't have to touch.
I'm assuming it's got full Play Store on there.
Oh, I'm sure it does. Scroll assistant,
Yeah.
so you can keyboard scroll. Cursor assistant, so you can move around. That's cool. Keyboard backlit. That's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get your all right. So your 5G global. So right there's I don't see O2. Vodafone. See this right here, buddy. This right here. This right here.
So your screen's not changing, by the way. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, okay. Oh, I think I'm on the wrong screen. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sharing the wrong screen. Stand by. Stand by. Stand by. Oh, well, I opened up another tab, so that was my fault. So,
okay.
Because when I open it up, okay. All right, here we go. Sorry,
You have to reshare.
I reshare. No, I could as well. So yeah, so this is the big deal right here, man. AT&T, that's huge for me.
AT&T.
But I don't see any British telecoms. This is like, see Swisscom.
Yeah. Telefonica is who owns O2. You got Vodafone there as well.
Oh, this one here. That's O2. Okay,
they're in Spain. They're massive. They're who
that right there is the game changer for me. In green.
AT&T users. Yep, that's all you care about.
Right, and Cricket Wireless, the MVNO, right? So that was what stopped me from really checking these guys out. If this gets AT&T certification, I will check one out. So yeah, you got so you got some performance upgrades,
like in the middle. So that's versus Titan 1, right?
Right. This is versus Titan 1. I mean, you're obviously so the new design. So yeah, it's a little bit chunky. It's a little wide, right? Mm-hmm. And the screen is 14. I think it's 1440 by 1440. So it's perfectly square.
Perfectly fine.
Right? Yeah. I think it's 1440p. I think it's 120 hertz, I believe. I don't know.
4.5 inch screen.
Yep. And so you get a good battery, 33 watt fast charging. I think that's acceptable. I think a little low, but acceptable.
No, okay. It's okay. It's what you expect.
100 charge in about an hour and a half. Okay, that's fine. Again, cameras, it has them, but folks, remember, if you're buying this phone, you are probably not looking for a camera phone. This is not that phone. This is
8 megapixel telephoto, but
right, but it goes to 3
megapixel main.
Yeah, it goes to 3.5 on the telephoto is what I heard. I started watching Adam's Tech Odyssey. I started watching Adam's. I got halfway through the video. He's got one. He's used it for about 24 hours. The cameras are pretty good. I mean, you're not going to at 3.5 telephoto, 50 megapixel rear, right? Okay, you're going to get a 32 megapixel front camera selfie. Okay, that's respectable. All right, that's respectable. And you got your shortcut buttons, right? So you got these dual customizable buttons.
Yeah, but with that screen on the back, surely you just use the main. Can you
probably? I mean, I would think. I mean, maybe there. He said you can put some apps. Now he showed that you can put a calculator. It does work. Again, it's not optimal, but it'd be cool if that is a viewfinder because then you can actually use that. Dual SIM.
Me, if you got a back screen like that, I'd almost consider not having a selfie.
Right. I would just use that back screen so you can just line it up and you got dual SIMs, so that's cool. In case you like, in the United States, not so much a big deal in the US, but if you're having a work phone, you can put your work line and your main line in the phone. Or
never use case, Sam, if you're a traveler.
Yeah,
have your main line in there, and
if you're going to Europe and you go into a store and you want to buy an EE or an O2, or if you're in Germany, you want to buy a local little SIM to get yourself some connectivity. You can just go in there and buy a prepaid SIM, throw in the phone, you're good to go. You got the NFC, you got Bluetooth 5.4, dual band GPS. Okay, so you got an IR blaster at the top. That's cool. No headphone jack.
So I'll have Google Pay then.
Yep, Google Pay. So no. A little bit disappointing, but I know it's probably because my shit's broken.
Dude, what did you say?
Connection's unstable. No, I said it has no headphone jack, but that's okay. I was kind of hoping for usually on budget devices or lower end devices usually have the headphone jack.
A chunky boy like that, you'd think, it would.
Yeah, but that's not a deal breaker for me. It's certified and ready, so you got all the certifications. You got FM radio. That's kind of cool. That's cool. Like that is a thing that I kind of miss. Like when you have your headphones plugged in, you have an FM radio. I know, I get it. Kids today don't give a shit about FM radio. I get it. Nobody listens to the radio. It's got an but I like having the radio because if you're listening to, like for me, one of our AM. So I don't know, do they have AM and FM stations in the UK? Do they have like 2 bands of radio? That's in the American.
I don't think it is anymore. I think one band's gone.
Right. So in the United States, you have AM. right? So that's, and that's amplitude modulation. So that the problem is it comes from down this way. So that's why when you go under a bridge, you can't hear AM.
DAB mean anything to you?
Right. No, I mean, it might be the same thing. So, and then you have FM, which is frequency modulation, right? So that's where you have the regular radio stations, right? Well, one of the one that the Cardinals play on, they actually have now an FM affiliate. So they're dual broadcasting in AM and FM, which is great. So if I'm out and about, having an FM radio is kind of cool, because if I got my earbuds in and I've got my wire, I can listen to FM radio if I'm listening to traffic reports or whatever, or just listening to whatever. It's kind of nice to have. I mean, why not have the feature? If it's not a big deal, throw it in there. You got IR blaster, you got Wi-Fi display, and you have your toolbox. So I guess you can cast your screen, probably is what this is. Biometrics. Yeah. So they've already hit it. And here's the thing. They have a leather holster. Not a big holster fan. Leather holsters to me feel like an old guy. I mean, I realize I'm 50, but I mean like old dude.
Steve will come and kick your ass, mate.
I know. I love it. But I'm just saying, but this is nice because it's got the Unhertz branding, it looks like, and that's pretty cool. And they'll be doing post-campaign. So after the campaign ends, it'll pick that up. Hopefully it's fairly affordable.
I heard about FM being turned off in the UK a long time ago, but it's been delayed now till 2030.
Okay. And then, so you got a 10.8, so it's a little thick, right? A 10.8 millimeter, right? It's basically 88 millimeters wide by 137, almost 138 tall. And that's it. And then here's your dimensions, right? You got 235 grams. So it's not a light device, but it's not heavy. I think 235 is not bad. Dimensity 7,300. Again, this is a sub $300 phone, dude.
Exactly. Yeah, it's good.
Right. You got 12 gigs of RAM. DDR5, right? UFS 3.1. Okay, that's not bad. Display is good. Got 2 speakers, right? I mean, you're going to have 2 speakers, I think. You got 2G, 3G, which I don't know who's using those bands anymore.
I think for the money, that's very highly spec'd, really.
Dude, I would say so. I mean, and I think the Dimensity 7300 is a pretty respectable chipset for any phone, much less a budget, essentially budget phone. Yeah, this is a boutique phone. This is a niche phone.
What's the end selling price though? Out of interest, do we know?
Well, I don't know, but basically, right now, it's probably. I think the end selling price is $399. I believe. Yeah.
So that kind of.
But even then, at $400, dude, it's not a bad deal. You realize who's buying this phone? People like me, or people like Eric, the tech preacher. People who want a physical keyboard, Adam, those kind of people who want to have, dude, I would rock the hell out of this phone.
Yeah. Oh, I would.
So you get right now, you're at, this is what we're at right now. We're at this, right? And basically you get $10 to ship it. If you're going to the UK, US, that's for most of us. If you're going to some of these other countries, or if you're going to Australia.
What's in the box, Sam?
What's in the box? You get a user guide, usual books and shit. I know, plug and file them. Type C to type. You get a TPU case, so you get a condom case. That's cool.
Headphone.
You get a converter cable. I mean, that's okay for anybody who's about that life. You should already have one. And this one is from Anchor. Dude, get one of these. If you need one, braided cable. Dude, this thing is legit. Like, I love mine.
I've got a few.
Yeah. And you get a power adapter. Charger in the box. You get the cable and you get a screen protector. Kind of wish it was installed already. It's not. I don't know. Maybe if you buy the phone, but they give you a screen protector, so you got to put it on yourself. No big deal. And that's
I've randomly got this, Sam. I don't know why.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool.
I don't know why I've got it though.
Yeah. I have no idea.
He's a headphone jack.
So yeah, I mean and I haven't been able to pay attention. Hey, Scoop's in the chat. Good. Hey, Scoop, thanks for coming by. And Michael Pepper Tech always are one of our favorite humans in the tech space is Michael Pepper Tech. He's always got a good take on everything. I always appreciate his commentary. So thank you for stopping by. I don't know, man. For less than $300, this is kind of a no-brainer to me, especially for the fact that it's got AT&T. I kind of feel like this is not a bad deal.
It's not bad at all.
And Gargs, that's our man Nicholas. How are you doing, sir? Good. Welcome in. So yeah, I know it's a Saturday, so hopefully, Nick, this isn't disrupting anything. So thanks for stopping by.
I think is this early doors for Nick?
I don't know.
I feel Probably like not. It might be early in the morning.
So that's what you got to do. That tells you. So here's we are. We're basically at this part of the timeline. So they're going to get the FCC certification by August. That's the timeline. Trial production and mass production, and then you're going to get them shipped October. So you're looking at October. Okay, right, and here's all the humans. Surprise! They're all from Hong Kong, probably, because this is a Hong Kong company. Chances are, most of these people looks like not many Americans or Brits in here. It's a bunch of people from Hong Kong. Makes sense, but it looks like a small team. I don't know if this is the entire team, but that's only 16 people, folks. That's not many. Yeah, you got the founder and CEO, and then you got some other folks and global marketing. Dude, the fact that they are trying to leverage an AT&T cert is incredible. That's massive, because a lot of these companies don't even care. I mean, Nothing Phone, haven't checked it out, but I don't think they're trying to that's a bigger company than this company. Sells way more phones probably than Unihertz, and they are trying to get AT&T certification, which they know is going to be a hassle. Now, will it happen? I don't know. But the fact that they're attempting, and they didn't say they are trying. They made it sound like they're getting it.
But they are, yeah.
This note does not make it sound like it's tentative or, hey, don't get your hopes up. We're trying. But I mean, the fact that they mention that good news, we are in the process. So maybe now here's the thing, they may not have it at launch. So maybe if you got a situation where you get one, and that's the only thing I'm waiting for.
Sam, I think though that for them to be announcing it there, that they're pretty confident.
Yeah, that they can get it. And like I said, but maybe it won't happen at launch. But I mean, they've done a pretty good job. I mean, they got 4,000 backers, and they've already hit.
I'm going to say they're going to do it before launch. Before launch. So, Sam, did you see that there's one place for an American or a Canadian to go to Snapdragon Summit? And there's also one place from the UK, one place from India. So the Snapdragon socials have put it out there. You've got till the 3rd of July to apply. To tell us, I would send a video. You've seen my video, right?
I saw your video. It's very good.
So, I had to put my ring in the hat, right? My hat in the ring, rather.
Ring in the hat. Ring in the hat.
Yeah. Ring in the hat. Yeah. It's yeah. So I had to do it, mate. I had to try because it's an amazing experience. And I highly recommend everyone who's into tech to put your hat in the ring and put a video forward on X or Insta, because look, you just don't know. You might get picked, and if you do, it's an amazing experience. Seriously,
plus you get to hang out with Joe Hickey and get to meet him. And I
don't know if I'm going to get.
But if he goes and you go, then you'll meet Joe, and that's worth really signing up right there.
Yeah,
that's really worth signing up. If you ask me,
why not?
I might do it. Although that my main phone is a non-Snapdragon phone. Hey now, and the phone I'm going to look at getting is the Unihertz. That's not a Snapdragon either.
No, yeah.
Anyway, so it's.
Sam, actually, that's the big news. I'm now a motivator.
I saw that. You told me that, so that's kind of cool. So what does that mean exactly? What's going to happen?
I'll be in a rotation now to receive Motorola devices to review. So you normally get the device for around a month. So 1 or 2 weeks time, I should get my first device to play with. Looking forward to that. Obviously, there's one that I've really got my eye on. You can guess quite easily.
Yeah. Right.
The Razer Ultra, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, I'll take whatever I can get. And
that's cool.
It'll be fun to review.
Yeah, that would be kind of interesting. So that's cool. I mean, I'm glad. It'd be nice if they would extend the Motivators program to the U.S. at some point. I would, if that was the case, I would talk to Lee and I'll send him an email, put my application
When we spoke to Wilkin, he is looking to expand it in the future. It's still early doors in the UK, I think, to be honest. So, yeah, they're expanding it. They've expanded it in the UK this year. So watch your space, mate. You never know. It might come to the US at some point.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And if it is, I'd love to join up. I'm a pretty passionate fan. I just like them. I love this Unihertz company. I kind of like, man. I kind of think, they're trying to get into the game, and they're kind of doing that. I don't know. It's kind of fun, man. there's not many companies now that I really kind of root for. I mean, nothing. It seems like I guess I'm rooting for the little guy.
Yeah,
I know it's really hard to kind of get into the space. I mean, obviously, a lot of companies have.
In the US, yeah, especially, yeah.
It's really bad. Well, in the US, and I still think what you're doing is you're carving out essentially a little nugget of space. You're not nobody. The United States is pretty much locked down to iOS. It just is, and I beat that horse to death. I'm not going to beat it here on the show.
To be fair, Moto have got some footing in the US, haven't they? They're like,
yeah. I mean, I see a lot of people have Moto devices. I've seen a couple of people have Edges, right? You know, I see Moto G Plays, some Moto G Powers. You know, I haven't seen
because
I've seen a few. I've actually and I will tell you that every person I saw that had a Razor, the 2 or 3 instances that I've seen it, they were all women that had them. I've not seen a guy with a Razor. I don't know what that means in the US. I'm not really 100% sure. And of course, when I did see other flips like the Samsung, again, and it was a woman who had the Samsung, the Flip 4 or 5 or whatever. So I haven't personally seen a man carrying a Flip, except me. I seem to be the only one. So I don't know if that's just because I don't know what that means. It's just what it is. So at the end of the day, I think Moto is definitely getting some play in the United States, but I think it's still a Samsung Google Pixel world. It just is. We'll see. But it's nice to see that Titan and the Unihertz company kind of, you know, seeing them try to get the certification to me is pretty amazing because I know that's not easy to get, especially for a small company. And the fact that they're doing that is pretty cool. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I hope if they do, that would be a phone because I've been really looking for something to kind of replace my Key 2 and Key 1. I still have my Key 1. I still have it.
I had a customer with the Key.
I still have it. I love this. It will not respond. It's unusable. It's not even the battery. It's the processor is so completely ridiculous. It just will not run.
I had a customer with the Key 2, and I really liked it. To be fair,
yeah,
it looked like a nice device. It's out of support now, though, isn't it? So,
oh god, yeah. And on top of that, too, and the only thing about the Titan is it has more of a passport kind of BlackBerry passport kind of vibe, and I don't dislike that style. But I would like to have more of the Key 2 kind of style, but. I'm happy about it. I'm actually kind of glad that they're doing. It looks like a pretty good upgrade compared to the Titan 1.
So, question, Sam: are you excited about the Samsung Folds? We're not far away.
I am. I'm curious to see what they do. Like, I mean. Yeah, so, I think so. I mean, I'm curious. I haven't really seen anything other than leaks. I'm waiting for the obvious.
Well, Unpacked is the 7th, right? Is it
right.
The 7th? So we're not far away. So the Ultra version is rumored to be only 0.2 millimeters thicker than the V5 that's coming from Honor.
Right.
So we're talking about 2 incredibly thin foldable devices coming out.
Right.
They both really excite me, to be honest. So Honor's launches in China on the 2nd. So just before the Fold 7 comes out. But yeah, I don't know what the global launch will be like when that is. But yeah, I'm excited for both. Like, I've not been interested in Samsung Folds up until now. I think where they're getting thinner and a different aspect ratio, I'm interested now.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that at the end of the day, that's really a pretty good deal. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'd just like to see the actual the specs and the launch and everything and see how it goes. Yeah. I do miss my foldable. Don't get me wrong, but I do like my Pixel, so I'm kind of on the fence.
The perfect thing is the slab phone and a foldable, right?
Right. I would think that. I mean, for people who, honestly, for folks like us, we're not exactly the norm, right? We would have multiple phones, so
it's certainly not.
So right, so we're not the norm. So with that commentary, kind of understood. It was kind of nice because, like, I will tell you right now, I did notice that this device, the Titan 2, it doesn't have the same rugged kind of thing. I like the Titan 1 because it had that rugged kind of thing to it. It was a rugged phone, right? And I still think there's a market for this thing. You know what I mean? I still think that the one thing that Samsung really bummed me out was, remember we used to have the active phones. I really thought that they had something there because you could buy that phone and you didn't have to worry about a case or nothing. And there are people who do outdoor stuff. I don't know, maybe camping isn't as much of a big thing in the UK. I know they have caravans and stuff. I know in the US, it'd be nice to go out there and have a nice little kind of rugged device if you're camping and that kind of thing, where you don't have to worry about, if you drop it in the water, if you're hiking or taking a walk on a nature trail, and it falls out of your pocket or whatever. If you're doing something, it falls out and it lands on a rocks or pebbles or grass or gravel or something like that. It just, you don't have to have a device that has that's fragile, right? You don't want to take you wouldn't want to take I would never take a Fold 7 to the beach, right? If I was going on
no
float trip. Do they do float trips in the UK? Do you know what a float trip is?
What's that? Go on, explain it.
Okay, so a float trip would be, you find a river. You'd have not. It doesn't have to be like the Thames, right? It doesn't have to be that kind of river, but just a local decent body of water, river, and you basically you get a raft or a canoe or whatever. You could do a kayak, I guess, but it's really like a raft, where you can have 2 or 3 of your mates in there, and you basically just start at a point. They drop the raft off at a point upriver, and you just sit in the raft and you go down 4 or 5 or 6 miles, and everybody just stops, and then they pull over to a side and jump in the water and drink and have some barbecue and food. And it's just like a float trip. You just float down the river to a spot at the end of the day where you drop the raft or canoe off, and then you get in and then you drive back to your campsite. Do they have things like that in the UK?
Probably.
Those are fun, dude. Float trips to me are some of the funnest thing. It's not a word. That's not a word. But it's really enjoyable. And it's a lot of fun because you can just get a cooler, right? You put all your favorite, if you got Guinness or Coronas or whatever, you can throw it in there. You just float down the river, and everybody just kind of chills out, and then you have a lot of faith. A lot of folks. It's a good time. Float trips are kind of a big deal. I've done a lot of them here. More of a Midwest American thing. I just didn't know if they had anything like that in the UK. Do they have a lot of rivers in, I guess, large creeks or something, or large water?
Not compared to the US, probably, but I'm sure we've got enough to do them. I've never heard of it though myself. Okay,
yeah, they're a good time.
But maybe I don't live close enough. I mean, I was born and bred in London, so yeah.
Well, it's okay. You come out to the house. We'll take care of you. We'll take you camping. We'll take you to a place to get a brisket, because apparently British.
I mean, that's got to be done. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take. And then of course, when I come to the UK, we'll do the fish and chips and the chippy and all that kind of stuff. It'll be good. But yeah, I didn't know if they. Oh, they do. Thinking. Yeah, something similar. Like I said, they're a lot of fun because what happens is you don't have to paddle, right? Because you're going downriver. You can just kind of sit and kind of just relax.
Sam,
it's a float.
I might be going to Northern Ireland at some point. My brother mentioned it. It's the Game of Thrones studio tour.
Oh, I guess that's where they filmed a lot of those.
He put on Facebook, who wants to do that? I was like, oh yeah, I would like to. So yeah, who knows? Maybe in the future.
So would you take a train there? Is that where you?
No. Plane.
You'd fly? Okay.
Yeah, fly. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. That's a lot of fun. When is that supposed to be doing that? Is it this year or next year? Or?
He's looking at this year. So, but I mean, he hasn't looked into it that much yet. So he's looking in prices and stuff. So we shall see. But yeah, should be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. So the I don't know. I see the Fold 7, and obviously I'm assuming they'll have the Flip 7, right? So I don't know what they're gonna do with that. I think Samsung really is kind of like seeing the fact that Motorola is really kind of taking over the flip market.
Because we're not hearing much about the Flip 7, are we?
I don't hear anything about it, and even with the Flip 6, I don't really see a lot of people. A lot of the energy's on the Fold.
Yeah,
I know. Wilkin put out the thing about having that basically the Flip is the best selling flippable in the US. That's a huge deal, and I think that's something they can. I don't think Motorola is going to go into a Fold. I don't see them getting into that market, which is a shame because, man, if they could find a Razr Fold, Man, that would be pretty cool. Like I would definitely be 100% interested in a foldable moto device.
They're building their portfolio. Like this year, they've done more than one rate, more than two.
Yeah, they've got the Razr Ultra, right? Just something they would never have done.
So
maybe.
I mean, you just don't know. Their portfolio is growing. So let's see how it goes. With that success becomes more and more, right? So,
get a little traction, a little snowball effect. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see how it goes.
So Sam, here's a question, right? Once the dog stopped barking, if Moto did do a fold, do you think it would have the same level of success in the US?
I think it would have the same level of success as the Samsung foldables.
They want to get involved, mate. That's what it is. They want to answer the question. Oh, if you could see Sam's face for the people listening right now, you're going to have to come on YouTube and see it. He's trying not to look angry now. So do you think it will have the same level of success as the Flippy Dippy?
I don't think so. Just because
it's a harder thing to.
Well, I think people can understand using a flip. I think they can get the flip because it turns into a regular phone. I think the foldable for a lot of people, it's really hard for them because I honestly don't think the foldable category is going to survive. I think the flippable will.
It's a different premium segment, really, isn't it? Like because of the price point. That's the thing, isn't it? As well.
I mean, and also too, it's a price point, but I think as you can see, people are willing to pay the price if it actually meets their needs, right? If it actually does the thing they need, right? Whether it's headphones, whether it's a laptop, whether it's another phone, if it's a form factor or it's something that makes it all work for them, then I think they're willing to. They may not like to pay the price, but they're willing to pay the price. I think with the foldables, I think this is, and again, this is why I said that I think Apple kind of waited to see, does this flip fold thing have traction? Which form factor wins out? Because I don't think long term that the foldable wins out. I think the flippable wins out. We'll have to wait and see. But if I were, if I were hedging a bet here, which I usually don't do, I would say that in 7 years you'll still see flipping phones, Razrs, right, and folds and other companies. You may not see look at how OnePlus handled the OnePlus 2 Open 2, right? They made the Open and then kind of was like.
I think there was a lot of backlash with that though, because there's a lot of people highly anticipating an Open 2, right? Because I think there's a lot of Open 1 fans. I think they upset a lot of people not coming out with a new one.
Oh God, yeah, Ron, a Moto trifolds, yeah. Well, we'll see. I don't think so, but that'd be cool. I know that Samsung's doing the trifold, so
that's cool. A fold you'd like to try.
Oh, if I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would buy a first gen Samsung trifold. I would like to. I'd like to look at one. I'd like to review one, but I don't know. I don't know, man.
Why hasn't anyone copied that Pura by Huawei?
Because I think it's so completely wild they can't do it, dude. That Huawei Pura, dude, if I could get one of those and not spend $1 million on it, and it would actually work.
That's your fold flippy hybrid, right? That's like.
I think if you're asking me, I think that really hits the sweet spot of both. Yeah, I think the way that phone is set up, it's so. I can't even. It's such a wild. Is it the Pura N? Is that what it is?
No, Pura X.
Pura X. Okay, that's
Pura X. Because I like the red limited edition red edition. That's not what it's called. So we wouldn't have the word edition in there twice. But
yeah,
you get it.
So yeah, here.
Sam, was this brand big in the US?
Dude,
back in
that
the day?
Thing is killer. Dude, I love that thing.
I really love
it's that. So cool, man. Like, look at that. That to me is the perfect marrying of a flippable and a foldable.
And that's like perfectly pocketable. That is a little,
Dude, they went $1,300. If I knew I could, I would even buy this thing even if I knew that I could not run Google Play services, I almost wouldn't care about that.
I really wanted to. Someone was
so cool.
MeWe classified, but yeah.
Yeah, I just think that is amazing design. It just is. I can't even describe how cool that is to me. But yeah, I mean, it's like...
Looks like Michael Pepper's a fan as well.
Dude, it's so cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's right. It's the device I've been asking for. I like the cameras don't cut out the auto display. It's more tablet-esque, but it when you look at it, the thing that really gets me is like, okay, that looks like a flippy dippy, right? And it is.
Yeah.
But the only thing that gives it away is this right here. See how this is vertical? If it was a flippy dippy, it'd hit right. So you know, but then when you look at it that way, you're like, okay, still flippy dippy, right? Mm-hmm. It actually looks like a flip P20 or a P30 Pro. That's what it looks like to me. Then you get here and you're like, okay, again, flippy dippy still because it's the screen, right? The camera housing's here. This is what drives me crazy. When you look at it this way, you're like, okay, that's its posture. That's a foldable posture. It's this way, not this way. It's dude, come on.
Yeah, I love it. I really, really love it. It's like you say, you hit the nail on the head when you said it's the sweet spot between the two.
I think that this is and you know it's Huawei, so the hardware is. I would argue that Huawei.
The chipset's a bit weak though.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I don't think that this is not. Again,
so I think it's a Kirin. Is it Kirin
chipset? Kirin 9020.
Yeah. With
a Maloon 920. Again, I don't care because I don't game on this thing. But I mean, you got 66 wire charging, 40. You got reverse wireless charging. You got reverse wired. So you could actually plug this thing into another USB-C and wire. It's crazy.
Thing, right? So the Honor 400 Pro has that, right? But they're not together anymore, Huawei and Honor.
Right. Officially.
Right. It's just the things like that you think, okay.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. They're not official, but they're kind of like, it's like same, but different, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I hope Honor do something similar. Who knows? They might do. They're doing really well with their foldable, with the V3, V5.
Yeah, I don't know. And he said that Jimmy said that there is something in the listing. He said it mentions, surprisingly mentions 5G. Yeah. Let's see, where would I see that?
For the Pura.
Yeah, for the Pura.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 5G. I mean, Huawei were massive in the UK's rollout for 5G until Trump made us rip it all out.
Right. Yeah.
5G components Huawei make.
It's 5G LTE. Okay. 5G and LTE. There you go. GSM, CDMA. So yeah, dude. Harmony OS. So you know it's definitely not going to have Google Play services. Okay. So yeah, I mean they're still making progress. They're still making progress getting to having. But dude, that Pura that thing is cool.
It is beautiful.
Like that's a cool phone. Like I would get that if I had the money and I wouldn't care about the Google Play services. I'd work around that. And then the fact if I knew it would work on AT&T, yeah, that's cool. Like I would totally do that. So
I've been working on a lot more longer form video, Sam.
Oh yeah.
So what it is, it's like a top tips video for people that are new to Honor devices. And it's going to sound stupid, right? But the first top tip is how to apply an app drawer, because as standard, it doesn't have an app drawer.
Really?
So it's like an iPhone at first. You can turn it on very easily.
Okay.
But I thought that's a handy tip for someone new to an Honor device, right? So I thought I'd bang that as number one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it should be a good video. I mean, I've tried to keep it close to 5 minutes, which is really bloody hard. So like, I'm going to really loosely touch on the AI stuff because that could be a video on its own.
Mm-hmm.
But as part of my video, like you can make you can transcribe anything like captions. So what I do is I go onto the Nomad Tech project and I start playing an episode with the volume down, and it starts following what you're saying. And we're live. Blah 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 blah. It's quite cool. It's a really good feature on the phone.
That's cool. Wow. Yeah, and then so I mean I noticed that I saw the video you talk about your S24, and so I mean we'll see. I mean when will you know if are they going to pick all the people? I guess I don't know.
What the Snapdragon thing? You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Snapdragon thing closes on the 2nd or 3rd of July rather. So I assume they'll make a decision not long after that. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm likely to get picked. I mean, but like I say, if you don't put yourself out there and put yourself in with a chance, then you've got no hope otherwise, have you?
Yeah, and I agree with Michael. I had the QPR1 beta on mine. Actually, I rolled it back to the release candidate, the regular build, and I had to wipe the phone to do that. I think I'm gonna go back to the beta because I think the beta is really, really good.
Yeah, where's my Pixel gone? I don't know where I've put it. Oh, it's up here for some reason.
And he said, "Whether the betas seem more stable than the official software, Apple." And yeah, I mean the betas on my Pixel were really, really solid. And it's funny as I rolled back to the standard software, and I lost all the like the different. It still looks like it doesn't have the updated Android 16 stuff. So I think I'm going to opt into the beta again. Because I thought, well, I wouldn't need the beta because I got the release candidate. I've got the full,
I think you're on a newer one than me, though, because I think I'm on...
I don't know, man.
Because I'm sure you said you was on QPR 3.
I was.
Wait a minute. Oh, no, 2.1 I can get now.
Yeah, beta. Get the beta.
Beta.
The beta.
Just beta.
Right.
Beta.
Right.
Bit of MJ. Can't go wrong, can you?
But
us being silent on a podcast is not good, Sam.
No. Especially since it's audio.
Especially since it goes on audio as well, yeah.
Right, exactly. So yeah.
I mean, there's not much else happening right now, is there? We spoke about the foldables. We spoke about the Titan.
Right. I mean, I like I said, I'm really excited about watching Adam's content because I know he's going. Yeah, because he's gonna. I mean, it's really cool. Like he's has the phone. I hope they respond to you. I mean, maybe by the buyers that say, hey, if you want a review device, go ahead and pick one up from the. If you basically buy one, we'll send you one early, like the early bird.
Yeah, I think that's if I get any response, that's what I'll get. The Nord 5. Do you know what? The Nords are good devices, Jimmy. But I've never had one. I've never had a Nord.
A OnePlus Nord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had I bought one from Best Buy one time and I forgot what it was. I want to say it was the N3. Was it the N30? I can't remember. It actually was a pretty good little phone. It was actually not a bad phone.
Oh, do you know something took me by surprise? I never knew it was happening. Vivo X200. There's an FE edition, and the only reason I know is because Jermaine dropped a video, which I still need to watch actually. But an FE edition of that's probably quite appealing.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, with the Nord, you could clearly tell you can tell that it was definitely a budget friendly device. You can definitely tell, especially in the camera, you could really tell. But other than that, I thought for what I paid for, I think, and I'm not really sure. I mean, let's see, OnePlus. I don't know what they offered. I think I'm pretty sure it was the N30.
By the way, OnePlus, if you want to take me and Sam on a cruise next year,
we'll go.
We'll talk about OnePlus more.
It was this. It was the OnePlus Nord N30 5G. It was $300. Dude, it was a pretty solid device.
Really good value. Yeah, they are good.
Now, I will tell you, I would personally get the Moto here at this level. If I'm at sub 300, because you got 8 gigs of RAM, 126 gigs of storage. I thought, honestly, I liked having the Moto G stylus 2024. I thought for essentially $249 is a pretty good deal, but this isn't that bad at $299. And you can still pick one up right now. They have black. You can get it directly from OnePlus. And and if you buy them, you get the half in-ear wired digital headphones.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. I mean, yeah, the Nord was a pretty good device. I mean, I thought it was pretty solid for what you're buying. Personally, if you can actually go up a little bit more, I mean, you're going to have to go up a couple $100 more, but I think the 13R for folks who don't spend OnePlus 13 money. I think the 13R at $600. I mean, obviously this is directly from OnePlus. You can probably find it cheaper on the used market or whatever. But dude, yeah, this is a nice phone.
It's like random, Sam. Look, like watch this. My world clock.
St. Louis. That's cool.
I don't know why it's just set there just so I know what time it is where you are, Sam.
Right. And and the funny thing is currently it's actually 3:26 Central Standard Time. Not
what?
Yeah.
It's letting me down.
Dude, yeah. I mean, right now it's 3:27 in St. Louis. So I don't know if it's factoring in whatever it is, but yeah, it's not 1,600 hours. It's 1,500. It's 15:27 currently in St. Louis.
Damn you, look.
Yeah, that's wrong. It's not negative. It's not 5 hours. It's minus 6 hours. The difference is minus 6 hours GMT or minus 6 BST.
Is there another St. Louis?
That's not in. I don't think so. Not in the United States. There's not.
See, there's St. Louis MI.
That's Michigan. That's East. You need St. Louis MO. Michigan is Missouri. Oh, you thought Missouri is MI because it's Missouri. No, Missouri's acronym is MO. MI is Michigan. So MA is Massachusetts. MS is Mississippi. MO is Missouri. MI is Michigan. And Michigan would be in Eastern Standard Time. So it's St. Louis MO. Try that. Our podcast is dying. It's dying. I know it's dying. Oh, it's okay. How about now? Better? No? This sucks. I can see you, but it's kind of fading. How about now? Oh, I know what it is. Oh, I know what it is. Stand by. I know what it is. Oh, shoot. Stand by. I know what it is. Hold on. Stand by. Okay, we might get a little better here in a few minutes. Okay, give it a second. Okay.
So, yeah, I got the gist of it though.
Right. So so MI is Michigan. So that would and Michigan would be in Eastern Time.
He's back.
I'm back. You know what I did? I tell you, what happened was here's how sucky my internet is. I started a lot. I downloaded. Look,
you're back. Yep. So I had Michigan.
I'm downloading the beta.
You can see
I'm downloading the beta, and that's what it is. And it was on the same network, so that's why I crushed my internet. So that's cool. I switched to another network. That's fine.
That's why.
Yeah. Look at the detail.
Yeah.
He called it. Yeah. Download an update. Yeah, I started doing that. So anyway, whatever. The video's the video's behind, but the audio will catch up. So anyway, but yeah, you had St. Louis, Michigan.
So
I didn't.
Yeah,
dude. This should be working. I'm back to. I can hear you fine. How about me? Oh shit. Oh no. How about now?
I can hear you.
Oh god.
You know, yeah. It's just sort of.
Yeah, it's kind of. Okay. All right.
We should call it.
We should call it because this is getting weird. Anyway, so so you had I didn't know there was a St. Louis, Michigan. Apparently there's a St. Louis, Michigan. So that's it. But no. Have the same problem at home.
Teacher's saying I'm crashing, but I thought it was you crashing.
Well, I'm hosting the stream, so I think it's because I think it's going to get a little better because I switched the download to the other router, so should be getting a little better. Is this a tech show? Apparently not. Apparently we suck. I mean, first of all, this is a tech show, sir. This is a tech show, and second of all,
Sam,
this is always.
Let's just set the record straight for a DJ. I wasn't crashing. Sam was making me crash.
Right. It's better now. And we had a little bit, we're still having some issues, but anyway.
Sam's the host.
Right. I'm the host, so it's my fault. Yeah, so it's good. So anyway, but
yeah. It's by default.
Yeah, well, I get you. So anyway, but yeah, we got a lot going on. I mean, even though we're not in that kind of like once we get kind of the folds coming out and Samsung stuff's coming out, and I mean, obviously you got iOS 26 is coming out and the new iPhone 17 devices are coming out. So we're kind of getting to that point. Midsummer is kind of a lully time for tech right now. That's okay, but we'll still show up and talk about stuff. Joe's got the he's being on the motivators. We're going to Snap. He's trying to get into Snapdragon. There's a lot of stuff going on from our standpoint, and we can talk about whatever we want. But I think it's pretty good.
Sounds good.
So
something random before we go, actually, Sam. I'm seeing a massive influx of customers, right, that have downloaded these bloody cleaning apps. You know these dodgy cleaning apps you get on Android devices?
From like the old school RAM management cleaning apps crap. Are those coming back?
For some reason,
really?
Yeah, for some reason, I'm seeing a massive influx of customers coming in. My phone's all messed up. It's got a virus. I said, well, did you click on something that said yes on a website? And they're like, maybe, I don't know how it's happened. But what happens, they download one and then like 6 or 7 are on their phone, right? And you're trying to sort it by deleting all the apps, but it keeps popping ads up on the screen. And it's so impossible to sort out.
Yeah, I mean that was the old hell, man. I haven't used a memory cache cleaner since like gingerbread. Dude, it's like, come on. I mean, seriously. It's
these
bad.
customers come in though, Sam, right? And it's the network's fault.
Right. It's you fucking bloody dykes and fucking O2, you bitches. Right, yeah.
Sort my phone out.
Right. So we'll just fucking wipe their phone and just do it all over with. But yeah.
When I say an influx, I'm getting them daily, Sam.
What's funny is DT says he's a dodgy cleaning app built to Majami. Yeah, there's always all sorts of kind of like ditchy ass crapware in there, but monitors don't really require. Yeah, exactly. Matter of fact, the funny thing is, somebody even said that you don't have to. You're so used to kind of like as you're done with apps, you kind of close the apps. You're like, right? I'm so used to doing it now. They even said that really you don't have to do that on modern Android devices. You can have dozens of apps open, and because of RAM management, you don't have to just keep swiping and closing it for optimals. I'm like, okay. I know that the Samsung has a battery health and optimization app and stuff, and I do use that occasionally. But here's the thing, folks: you should always be in the habit of completely powering down your device and restarting your device probably once every at least 7 days. Every 7th day, every week. On a Sunday or a Monday or whatever. Now, for folks that switch their phones all the time like we do, that's no big deal. But if you're using the same phone, you should always power your device down once a week. Let it completely power down. Totally turn it off. Wait about a half a minute, maybe a minute. Just make sure it's totally off. And then just restart your device. Get it back to a good state in case you get a bunch of bullshit. That's just a good practice to have.
Also, if you have a case on it, every now and again, take it out of the case and give it a bit of a wipe.
Take the thing out of the case, clean the phone, clean your case. Matter of fact, if you got like a TPU or whatever case you have, like, one of these kind of jobs, because, I've got the regular, I've got both, right? I've got the regular, just a little TPU case for my Pixel, but I also have, just a regular, one of these kind of Crave, it's a little case. Just put these in the dishwasher. Literally, I'm not kidding. Put them on the top rack. They're metal, plastic. Put them on the top rack of the dishwasher. Top rack. So you don't want to mend them up and let them wash. Give it a good cycle, and then just make sure that you take your phone out and kind of wipe all the crud. get all the crud out of here. Use a little, rubbing alcohol, kind of clean it off. Sanitize your phone, the rails.
You just come up with something even better though. It's just be safe and swap phones every 5 days.
Yeah, just swap phones every 5 days. Have 3 or 4 of those motherfuckers and just swap them out, and you're good to go.
See one of the guys in London swiping phones right now.
Right.
That's become a big thing, Sam. I don't know in any cities in the US, but in London right at the moment, people swiping phones out of people's hands is massive.
Really?
No. Always people with balaclavas on bikes. Yeah, it's massive. So any tourists coming to London, keep a firm grip of your phone.
Or keep it going.
It's pretty ripe.
Right. That's why I don't want to come to UK because I need to bring them. No firearms. I know. Yeah.
Knives. We have knives. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. But anyway, just make sure take these cases out. Even I guess leather, I probably would be the only one I would suggest not doing that. But if you have any TPU or rubber cases, whatever, put them on the top rack of your dishwasher if you have one. And let it run a cycle, get it nice and sanitized, and then just on your phone, just clean it off, and then restart your phone every 7 days. Keep it nice and fresh, and all that kind of stuff. And if you have battery management, on the Pixels, I know they charge to 80%. I have used that. Boy, that's kind of rough, dude. I have used it. I tried it for a couple of weeks, and it's hard to do. I mean, it's not too bad, but
I can understand it if you're a fairly light user, right? When I say I mean very light user. It does make sense, like for battery health. If you're going to keep that phone for a long time and you're a light user, it totally makes sense.
Yeah, but if you definitely know you're going to flip that phone, if you're going to flip that phone in anywhere from 2 to 3 years, I wouldn't worry about that. But I just like the fact that they do offer that for folks that are not like us that would probably keep these phones for maybe 5 and 6 years or 4 or 5 years, that they have battery health conditioning and that kind of thing. So, but just check it out; it's pretty good. So
I love how this become our top tips to keep your phone.
Yeah,
that could be a video I could do, Sam. Right?
Yep.
How to keep your phone working.
Yeah, how to keep your phone working. Yeah. Just clean your phone because it's dirty. It's in your pocket. It's in your hands. You always got it's dirty. Clean off your shit, dude. Okay. Anyway, so you sounded really American right there. That's pretty impressive. I like that. Pretty good.
Dirty.
Anyway, so that's the show for Saturday. We talked about some stuff, but yeah, I'm kind of excited about the Unihertz. I think that we got some other players in the game, and obviously the Samsungs and the Apples are coming around. But I think we're getting into that spot of the late summer or midsummer, late summer time frame where we're just going to start seeing some stuff, and I'm curious to see what the Fold 7 is going to look like. And we'll kind of see how it goes. And congrats to Joe on being a motivator, and hopefully he can get selected for the trip to Hawaii because I know he's been able to go before. That would be pretty cool. So we'll kind of keep our fingers crossed and see if we can get Joe. And he said the old fabric Pixel cases could run in the dishwasher. Yeah, I hate when they dude, those fabric cases from the old Pixels, I thought those were slick. I had one on my old Pixel, I think it was the 4XL or the 3.
I never had one, but
dude, they were great. I really liked them.
Yeah, everyone I speak to loves them and misses them.
Yeah,
but I never actually.
I wish Pixel would come out with those like a retro kind of design. That would be pretty cool. We'll have to wait and see. But I did want to. I don't know if I let's see these. I want to see something here.
So I would say a lot of people say that's their favorite case of all time. I reckon the amount I've heard good things from people about them.
Yeah, I think they're pretty good. Yeah, we'll see. So I don't know, but at the end of the day, we'll kind of see how it goes. But yeah, it's a shame that they don't have the Pixel cases anymore because I thought those were pretty nice. I mean, they had really good grip. But the only problem is because they were fabric, they would tend to get dirty. But like as Michael says, he was able to put them in the dishwasher. And shit, they're great. Also, fun fact: if you have a keyboard, like a mechanical keyboard that doesn't have power, you can put this whole thing in the dishwasher and run it. You got shit. Yeah, the only way it won't short it out is if you don't have power. If it's not powered like a battery one, so if you have one that recharges like MX keys, but if you have a standard keyboard, like I do, like this one, I can just unplug it, right? It's just a USB key. This whole keyboard, this is a HyperX keyboard, right? The mechanical.
Yeah.
You could put this whole thing in the dishwasher, top rack, wash the whole thing, sanitize it.
And it will work. Put that by the microphone. Put that by the microphone and just type away for a second.
ASMR? Is that what we got here? Yeah, that's right.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's another fun fact. So good deal. So yeah, like I said, Pixel, if you're listening, bring back the fabric cases for the Pixel 10. That would be a cool deal. And then at the end of the day, if you can't do that and they won't do that, then make sure you at least you want to have some protection. Put some color in your phone. Give it some scratch protection. Make sure you go to extremeskins.co.uk, skin your shit, go check them out, send them, pick up a couple, get some for your console. If you got a PS5, you got a Switch, get that shit too. Get it for whatever you got. Look on their website, check out what they have. If you've got a matching tech device that you want to put a cool skin on, do that. But just remember, if you do put it on your PS5 and you do make a mistake and you do put it on a picture and you do at them, they will tell you sucked, because I did it on my PS4 and I made a mistake around the PS4 part and they roasted me for it. That's fair. That's fair. At the end of the day, just remember,
love a roasting, though, Sam.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, if I didn't do it right, I'm fair game. So check them out, extremeskin.co.uk. Again, check them out. Skin your shit. We love them. They're a great case manufacturer. They have cases. They've got skins. Check them out. They always add stuff all the time. So even if you think I got a newer device and maybe they won't get it, go check them out. And maybe they do. And then send them some feedback. Send them an email to their customer service team. There's a lot of good people over there. And maybe I know when I sent it for the Surface Duo, I thought for sure they would not respond. They're like, okay. And they're like, yeah, we're in the market for it. And fun fact, I still have my Surface Duo. Still has the extreme skin.
That's sold up well though, mate.
Yeah. Now, granted, I don't pull this out as much as it did, but I racked this phone before I got my Duo 2 again. And this thing is literally perfect. And this is a great color.
Cut out for the windows.
Yeah. They gave me the things and I don't like that, but it's a perfect little dude. This is actually the only skin I really put on that I did a really good job. Like it's like there's no bubbles. I got it perfectly lined up and it's great. But dude, this skin is held up on my Duo 2, on my Duo, and it's a great phone. Just check it out. Tell them we sent you, and let them know how it goes, and then buy a couple. Give them as gifts, and get your.
There's normally deals going on. Let's have a look quickly now. Streamskins.co.uk. Let's have a look. On a Saturday evening. What is going on? Stupid bloody. I done that last time. Went to the wrong website. Buy one, get one free at the moment.
There you go.
2.5 hours left of that.
Yep. So if you are listening to the show and you were on the live or listen to it, go check them out. If you want to get a skin, tell them we sent you. And again, if you have any feedback, if you have any feedback, let them know. Maybe they'll get your skin. If enough people tell them that they have these new phones and they need skins for them, they may build one. And at the end of the day, if they don't, they're still good people, and we love them over at the company. So check it. Yeah, they do Steam Deck. Check that out. I don't have a Steam Deck.
No.
Yeah.
Switch Lite, Switch OLED. They do all sorts, man.
Yep, absolutely. So check that out and let them know we sent you. And other than that, we might want to go ahead and get out of here for the day. We've had I know Joe's had a long day. He's working. I've had my only day off. I had a long week at work. It was not great, but at the end of the day, we come and do this show because I like to talk tech with Joe. He's a proper mate. He's a proper chap. I love him to death. Again, hopefully, now next weekend I will be camping. It's the 4th of July. It has nothing. That's on Friday. I don't really care about that necessarily, but I may not be back in time for the show. So there's a possibility that we do not have a show. That's another reason why I wanted to make sure.
Becky was pretty adamant that you wasn't doing it.
Yeah, Becky's pretty much saying you're not doing the fucking show Sunday.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it went.
That was the exact words.
I'm pretty sure that was the exact word. So at the end of the day, that's probably what's going to be. So because of that, I also want to make sure that we did the Saturday show because I didn't want to go 2 weeks and not be able to talk to Joe and be able to provide a chat for you guys. So again, we don't have any guest lines up. So it looks like probably as it stands right now, the next show will probably be on probably not the 6th. It would probably be July 13th That's next. That's the Sunday after. That's the 6th. So probably we'll have a little bit of a hiatus. Looks like it's going to be probably 2 weeks or so ish. But we should be back on July 13th at 2 p.m. and do that show. And also remember for tomorrow, don't forget that the Tech Disruptors will be on tomorrow.
I don't think they're going on because I was going to go on with him.
Okay.
I think Jason's cancelling it.
Okay. Well, just kind of follow them. Well, here's the thing. You can definitely know if they're going to go on and off because you can follow them on Twix, all that kind of stuff. So check that out and all that kind of stuff, and let's see how it goes. But yeah, if they are on, they usually go off at 4 Eastern time on a Sunday. And if they do, great. If they don't, that's okay too. But anyways, enjoy your week. Enjoy your tech. Stay hydrated. Stay cool because I know it's the middle of the summer for a lot of North American, Northern Hemisphere folks. It's hot, and Joe doesn't have AC because England, whatever.
I'm sweating in here, mate.
Right. His T-Toss are sweating. So, at the end of the day, if you're in a place that doesn't have air conditioning because it's 2025, hey, folks, in-house AC, it's kind of a thing. Europe, you need to frankly, you need to get the AC. It's beautiful.
Mate, it's still 24 degrees, and it's nearly 10 o'clock. Yeah, it's
stupid, dude. The fact that you don't have AC in the UK is fucking stupid. I'm sorry. You guys need to get on board with that shit. It's crazy, man. Especially if you have cars in the UK, right? They have AC.
Yeah, we have cars with AC. Yeah.
Right. How about the place you work in your workplace? AC in the workplace?
Yeah, of course, mate. Yeah.
Okay. In your houses too, folks. You spent. Yep. Just saying. Put it out there.
It would be nice. It would be nice.
Anyway, hey, I know. Hey, babe, you listening? No AC. There you go.
You did that. You said that last week. It's getting boring, mate.
You know that no perimenopausal or menopausal woman in England is happy.
That's true.
That's true. Yep. If you're Joe's perimenopausal, so he's not happy right now. Anyway, so try to stay cool. Make sure if you can hydrate, and then we will see you back probably again. It looks like it's going to be July 13th. So there's a little bit of a gap between that and that kind of thing. So for Joe and Sam, thank you so much for tuning in on a Saturday. I know this is not exactly the time you always do listen to us, but thanks for everybody in the chat. Nicholas and Mike and Jimmy and Aditya, one of my favorite people in the world. Hopefully you're doing well, my friend. And Jimmy, I know you're doing well. And everybody else, and then Jimmy, I'm sorry, Michael Peppertech. And I saw Scoop in the chat earlier. He's probably just listening and that kind of thing. So listen to the show, tell your friends, and we'll be back. I know a little bit after a break. I know 4th of July holiday. I'm going camping, so I'm sorry. But when we come back, we should have a lot more news and stuff to talk about. We'll have stuff to catch up with. So again, please join that show 13th.
We may
Sunday.
Even have a guest.
We might have a guest. We're going to try to line that up. I don't know who that might be. But we're trying to see if we can find somebody. We need to get the captain on, but he's now working weekends, so getting that kind of scheduled has become a little bit more dodgy than it used to be. But we'll see what we can do. But let's see. We have a guest on, and we'll go from there. So for myself, for Joe Hickey, thanks for tuning into the Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe again for this last show of June. We're almost. It's already 25. We're almost through the half of the year. Mate, it's crazy, right?
It's mad.
Moving quick. So stay cool, stay hydrated, enjoy your tech. Don't be a dick. And we'll see you back here on the 13th of July for the next Nomad Tech Project. Thanks, everybody. We love you guys. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye-bye.